Once again, guys, we've got another massive episode to get into today. We've got Nike Sneakers Day tomorrow, which is actually lined up to be one of the best Nike Sneakers Day I've seen. So we're going to get into all of that info so you are prepped and ready. Along with that, we've got Off-White news, and we've also got some Travis Scott stuff to get into and a bunch more. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is Upcoming Sneakers, where we talk about, well, upcoming sneakers. Hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. That way you can stay up to date on all of the latest information and just generally speaking, stay in the loop. With that being said, let's get into this recap. The Stussy Air Max 2013. These dropped, I believe, yesterday on Stussy's website. There was 3 colorways. You didn't know about this release or you missed out. They will still have a Nike sneakers release lined up for August the 13th. So yeah, let me know if you went for these, if you passed. And then the next one we gotta get into is, of course, Yeezy Day. For the most part, I recapped this in an individual video because there's just so much to get through. So if you want to go and check that out, definitely go and do that because I go over everything. It was literally just kind of like me vlogging the entire Yeezy Day. But one thing did happen on Yeezy Day, which we are going to talk about, and that is Kanye West accusing Adidas of doing Yeezy Day without his approval. It does really feel like all of this was kind of out of the blue because we've just never heard Kanye West talk about Yeezy Day, and now when he finally comes out and says something, it's basically demonizing it, saying that Adidas made it up and I don't approve of it. He said this text, and generally speaking, in there he says that Yeezy Day wasn't his idea and it was done without his approval. They went and brought back older styles, picked colors, named them, hired people to work for him, all of these different things without his approval. As we know, Yeezy and Adidas restock older styles all the time. I'm wondering whether he's talking about just the general restocks that he doesn't approve of, or whether it was specifically the most recent one, which is the Turtle Doves. Another one of the pretty crazy things that he says was when he started talking about the slide. Kanye has not got over the Elliot 22 that Adidas released. He essentially said, "When I originally ordered Adidas to make more Yeezy slides, the GM lied to my face and said that they didn't have the capacity. Meanwhile, Adidas was copying my slides and making their own version of the Yeezy slide," which is something he has spoke about, calling them out for being, I guess, knockoff. So he ends the text saying that Yeezy is 68% of Adidas's online sales. I mean, if that's true, if that statistic is true, that is unbelievable. It's the overwhelming majority of Adidas is sold Yeezys. So what can we take away from all of this? Well, I think it is an addition to the ongoing, I guess we could call it, feud between Kanye and Adidas. It seems like Kanye's just increasingly getting unhappy with different aspects of Adidas's business. Like, remember when he started wearing Jordans and started talking about how he should be allowed to wear Jordans, and it kind of just scaled up from there. A couple months ago, or maybe a year ago, I would have said there's no way Kanye West is going to leave Adidas and go somewhere else. But with everything mounting up, it does seem like, hey, who knows? I do believe that his contract with Adidas runs out in 2025 or 2026. So that would be the time frame when we start to see potentially Kanye West go off and do his own thing. He kind of stopped wearing Yeezys a while ago and he's just covered in Balenciaga. That's pretty much all he wears now. I will leave it at that, and of course I will appreciate your thoughts, so leave them down in the comment section. Moving on from Yeezy Day and Kanye West and Adidas, we gotta talk about Sneakers Day. We need to tame expectations because it's definitely not going to be what a lot of these different sneaker pages and cook groups are saying it's gonna be. I don't think Travis Scott fragments are gonna drop. I don't think there's gonna be a huge day of a bunch of restocks. I think we pretty much know exactly what is going to drop, and we almost actually know the times of what's dropping as well. So as of right now, what we know is pretty much guaranteed to drop is 4 pairs of sneakers. First one is going to be obviously this Air Force One right here. This is loaded up on the Nike sneakers app. It's going to be dropping like a regular Nike sneakers release. It is at 12:45, which is a little bit weird, so you can see it up on the app there. We then have a bunch of apparel, so if you liked any of these t-shirts and sweaters, then yeah, feel free. And then the next one is a woman's exclusive. I think it's not bad whatsoever, but that's another one that's going to be dropping. Now, along with these two, we are expecting 2 shock drops, and the first one is going to be the Jordan 4 Canyon Purple, and something really interesting which I didn't notice until someone commented on my video and kind of told me. But if you take a look on their app, you can see this live stream in the background is that pair of Jordan 4 Canyon Purples. And then what's even cooler, if you scroll down another one, you can see what sneaker is that. It's yellow, black, and you can kind of even see the Jordan Wings logo in the corner. That is the final sneaker that should be dropping on Nike Sneakers Day, the Jordan 1 Taxis. I imagine it's kind kind of just similar to exclusive access like before. But if you are after any of these sneakers, definitely hang about on the Nike Sneakers app. You're probably gonna have to end up watching their live streams, which hopefully are pretty entertaining, so you're not just dying of boredom on the app. That's pretty much what we can expect. I don't think you should go into Sneakers Day hoping that Travis is Restock or Off-White or anything crazy. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think of Nike Sneakers Day, but let's keep it moving. Alright, we've got some official images of what is kind of looking to be one of the more hyped up pairs of 4s that's going to be dropping this year. Take a look at these. This is the crispy clean Midnight Navy Air Jordan 4. Now we did take a look at some of the images, the early images, and they were super blurry and grainy, so these are the official ones. Let me know what you think. Now in terms of release date, it is set for October the 1st, so a good few months wait on these. I've had quite a few really solid Jordan 4s this year, so I think this is a really good pair to kind of top it all off. Sticking on the topic of 4s, we also got official images for the Air Jordan 4 black canvas, and one of the things I kind of wanted to clear up is some people were like thinking that these were going to be dropping in August. Now I think that was a long time ago. I think these have been like kind of officially pushed back now, and they should be dropping at some point in October. We've got the official images. They're looking clean. They're looking very reminiscent of the Carhartt M&M 4s, which I think is going to be a huge hype contributor to this pair of sneakers. I think these are going to be very, very sought after. And I'm going to hit you quick fire with some New Balance releases. We've got 3 different colorways of the New Balance 550, so I just kind of wanted to update you on that. We've got this colorway right here. This is the Silver Birch. These are going to be dropping on August the 11th. Pinkish one called the White Pink. Again, August the 11th for these. And then finally, we got this black and white one, which again is also dropping on August the 11th. So these, I think, were already released pairs, and this is kind of like a restock. So definitely be on the lookout on New Balance's website. We got some crispy on-foot looks at the Concepts Nike Dunk Low Orange Lobster, which again is turning out to be a super hyped up pair of sneakers that is going to be dropping this year. I think we've had a decent amount of heat this year. I think it has been a pretty solid year in terms of sneaker releases. So again, we have spoke about these in the past, but I do want to show you these on-foot images so you can kind of get a little bit more of a better idea if you're going to go for them. I know that sounds silly, but anybody who's really trying to wear these as a personal pair, here you go. Here's your best look yet. We're not going to spend too much time. We still got a lot to get into. Let's move on. Piece of news which I think is bizarre, crazy, and pretty massive is this right here. Take a look at these things. We saw early images of these things, or we saw like even early pairs ages ago. Like I'm talking, was it 2019, 2020? Like these things have kind of been bumping around the internet for the longest time, and now randomly they're resurfacing with a release date. This is the Off-White Futura Nike Dunk Low, and they're set to release this year on September the 30th, which I believe is Virgil Abloh's birthday. Blue one I think is going to be massively hyped. I just think it's really random how they just randomly popped up now and then they come up with a release date. These should have released ages ago. I don't know what happened to them, why they didn't release a while ago, but yeah, there you go guys. September the 30th if you are after either of these colorways. Let's talk about Yeezy, because they have some absolute insane sneakers dropping this month. Like, forget about Yeezy Day, these are some heavy hitters. The first one we're going to talk about is the Yeezy Slide in the Flax colorway. Apparently these are going to be dropping in a full size run, and it is happening on August the 22nd. So here's a little look of it in hand. It's definitely a more, I guess, chocolatey clay type of color. I think it's a solid colorway. I mean, hey, if you were after Yeezy Slides, I think these are a really solid option. And I mean, hey, like I said, Yeezy Slides, insanely comfortable. It's still summertime, so I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people after these things. The next pair of Yeezys that's dropping, which arguably is more hyped up than those slides, is the 700 V2 Vantas. Yes, sir. They didn't drop on Yeezy Day, but they are dropping this month. Now, the release date for these is going to be August the 19th. I gotta get me a pair of these things for sure, and I know a lot of other people are going to be after them as well. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout. I imagine this is going to be like a proper release, so they will have a bunch of raffles and stuff you can enter. In terms of how hard it's going to be, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too hard to pick these things up. Hopefully they have a decent amount of stock for anybody who really wants these things. RIP to the people who have been holding pairs since 2019. And then the final pair of Yeezys that we know about is going to be the Sand Yeezy Foam Runner, dropping on apparently August the 26th. Now, I don't know if that is the right exact release date. All I know is that they are supposed to be dropping this month in August, and the 26th is kind of just like a placeholder. Just definitely keep an eye out this month if you are after the Foam Runner. corner. These have been kind of lined up to drop for a while now. I believe they were supposed to drop last month. They didn't drop on Yeezy Day, so we should be expecting them this month. But either way, let me know if you need a pair, but let's keep it moving. I just need a freaking release date for this pair of sneakers. We have been talking about it for the longest time. We now have official images. I'm talking about the Sacai Cortez. This is the gray colorway. We've spoke about the kind of white, blue, and red colorway before, but yeah, this is the gray one, and there's still no release date, guys. It's supposed to be dropping here in 2022, but alas, we've seen nothing. I just really want to get my hands on one of these colorways just to try it out. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look on feet. From the images, I'm a fan. I like the look of it, and I think it's going to be a pretty solid pair of shoes, but of course we really need to kind of confirm that by trying them on. So I will update you when we get some more information. Speaking of gray, this is one of the crazier pieces of information. We've got another colorway of the Off-White Air Force 1. Even though the green Brooklyn pair has been delayed for like 2 months now, here is the next colorway. It is a gray pair. This image, it has to be just a desaturated color of what it already exists. Like, apparently this is the in-hand image, which to me kind of just looks like a desaturated pair of Air Force Ones, but this apparently is the first looks of what this sneaker is supposed to look like, and I gotta say, I mean, man, it is looking very clean. So as of right now, we don't have a release date for these, but we do know that they're going to be exclusively dropping in Paris. So I assume that goes for some kind of Paris art museum, and then of course kind of like a sneaker stash in Paris as well, which would be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information we have on these. Let me know what you think of this gray pair. Do you prefer it to the green ones or the blue ones or any of the other colorways that dropped? Let me know down in the comment section. Let's keep it moving. Right, a pair of dunks that I'm getting like more and more excited about as the days goes on. Like, the more I see this sneaker, the more I like it. It is this one right here, the Huff Nike SB Dunk Low New York City, and it apparently has a hidden layer. It's some kind of like canvas material on underneath the leather, and it looks pretty crazy. It looks quite clean though. They didn't go, you know, like rainbow colors with it. It's like a navy, white, and gray, and I think it actually looks pretty tasteful. I'm not entirely sure how you like wear this away. I assume you're gonna have to just cut the leather off to expose that tie-dye material, but this is what it's going to look like. It's, I mean, hey, it's interesting whether you can peel this away or you need to cut it. I think this sneaker is actually going to be pretty sick. Like, look at the bag it comes in. Like, that's just different. It's cool. I wonder if they still put this in like a double box shipping container or whether they ship them out like this. Either way, we don't have a specific release date on these, so we're just gonna have to be patient, but we've got official images. We've got like a bunch of different on-foot looks and stuff like that, so these hopefully are around the corner. And finally, let's talk about Travis Scott. Listen, we did a huge update last week. We spoke about the upcoming pair of Mocha Highs that apparently are going to be dropping, and we talked about the set in stone, or at least the rumored release date for this colorway right here, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Reverse Noir. Reverse Noir? And listen guys, apparently this is going to be a woman's exclusive, which I thought was pretty strange. Like, really? Is Travis going to drop a woman's exclusive? Like, surely he would do a full size run, which again is a little bit strange because he's also been seen wearing them. Is he wearing a woman's exclusive? Like, what size is he? And as we can see here, this is in fact the Reverse Noir, or Reverse Blacks essentially is what they are. It almost looks identical to the Reverse Mochas. It's just instead of mocha, it's black. This may be a more popular colorway than the Reverse Mochas. Like, seriously guys, what are we thinking? I'd love to know your opinion on that. Do you think these are going to out-hype the Reverse Mochas? I mean, for argument's sake, I do think these are slightly more wearable. Not that the Reverse Mochas are not wearable, but I mean, this is literally just sail white and black. So I mean, hey, as like a general public type of thing in terms of pulling these things off, it's tremendously easy. I don't know guys, but potentially these could be more popular than the Reverse Mochas. Moving on, we do have some more on-foot looks. This is of course of the upcoming A Ma Maniere Jordan 4. Recently we saw what these actually look like in comparison to all of the leaks and the rumors, and yeah, I think they're looking very clean on foot. Very, very, very clean. At first I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't look like some of those kind of fake rendered images, those mock-ups, but now I'm pretty happy with this pair. I think it looks very clean. Again, in terms of a release date, these are dropping in November. Final story today, and it is about a pair of Jordan 4s, which I thought was pretty interesting. Take a look at this here. This is the 2012, I believe, Air Jordan 4 Thunder. But guess what, guys? It is coming back next year in the summertime for 2023. But yes, we just had the red Thunders, but Jordan Brand is going to retro the OGs. And we don't have any like looks of what this specific pair is going to look like. All we have is the rumor at the moment. So we're taking a look at the original version. So we'll have to wait and see till we get like some in-hand images or some just random photos of the actual pair that's going to be dropping, but that's miles away, so we don't really need to think about it. But I did just want to let you guys know a Thunder 4 is on the way next year. But listen, guys, that wraps it up. We've got so much to get into. The next couple months is going to be insane in terms of sneaker releases, so stay tuned to the channel, sub up. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.